Hi, this is Greg Witt for Alpenwild. We're here in the beautiful Chamonix Valley today, overlooking the glaciers and the mountains of the Mont Blanc range. And I'm here today with our guide, Chloe George. And she is a native of Chamonix, born and raised here and lives in the area, hikes these mountains all the time. And she guides for Alpenwild on the Tour du Mont Blanc and on the Chamonix-Zermatt haute route. So she's better equipped, better prepared than anyone to train us how to do these treks well and how to enjoy them. One thing I've noticed guiding with you, Chloe, is that you're an expert athlete. You're an Olympic athlete, right?
I was.
Yeah. Well, you're still in great shape.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
So when you're on tour, I've noticed that you do a great job of helping guests condition and prepare and really be physically fit and prepared for the challenge. And that way they enjoy it more. So you're going to show us today some of the tricks and the things that you do to condition our guests and yourself for hiking on the Tour du Mont Blanc or the Chamonix-Zermatt haute route.
If you need to get prepared for this trip, what you really need to do is hiking or exercise or every day. You may not have 6 hours a day to train, of course, but for example, you can use as much stairs as you can over the day. So don't take the elevator, take advantage of each stairs you can.
So in working out and preparing, is there a certain elevation? Like for example, I typically find that if I hike 1,000 feet every day, ascent and descent, that's a good preparation to kind of condition me for.
Yes, sure. Any preparation is good, but you have to get prepared.
Right.
So even if you can exercise only 1 hour a day, it's okay. Anything will help. So use as much time as you can. And also you will enjoy better the trek if you get ready, if you get prepared. You will enjoy everything a bit more.
That's a good point. So not only will you be able to do it, but you'll enjoy it.
Exactly.
And that's what it's really all about.
Yeah.
We want our guests to enjoy the unmatched experience of hiking in the Alps.
You need to be ready in your head to hike between 5 to 7 hours a day. Most of the days are going up in the morning and down in the afternoon, and it's about a 3,000 feet ascent, vertical ascent, up and 3,000 feet vertical descent. Some terrain are quite gentle. We have some really long downhill some days, but along the trail we also find some steep downhill and steep uphill. And it's in these circumstances that it's interesting to optimize the way we hike. Mm-hmm. And this is why I need to give you a few tips for that.
Good. and as you said, it's not technically challenging. There's not a lot of exposure or difficult terrain, but it's just more endurance and also a little bit of boulder hopping and being able to be comfortable on a mountain trail.
Which is a good exercise to have a good balance.
Yes, you're right.
So you will come with your shoes, your backpack and your poles. Make sure at home to practice with your backpack on and your shoes, so you make sure you are really comfortable hiking a full day with it, because there is some adjustment, like you can have blisters with your shoes, you can also with your backpack. Here it can be a bit too tight, so it's always important to find the right adjustment with your equipment, so then you're relaxed, you're ready to start your adventure.
So Chloe, we tell all of our guests to plan on bringing trekking poles for a trek. Do most of them come prepared with trekking poles?
Yes, I would say that 90% of the guests, they come with the trekking poles, but not all of them know how to use it. So that's why I would like to give a few tips to practice before coming.
Sure.
When we do it in an efficient way, it's really helping and really less tiring. It helps on the propulsion to go up. This is why we need to stick it just by the front foot, and also to use the triceps to move forward. What is important is to open your chest, otherwise you will look like an old man. So open your chest, look up, and then quite naturally you want to use your triceps to release some weight on your legs.
That's great, Chloe, and I agree. Trekking poles make all the difference. They give you some propulsion going up, and they cushion your knees going down, and they give you some balance.
Exactly, and now I'm going to show you how to use it downhill.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do it.
Sometimes we think that we have to keep our hands like this, but you cannot really absorb anything having your hands. You have no strength this way. This is why I always recommend to put the palm of your hand here on the top of the stick. Just here, when you have a couple of rocks to go through, you can put your both sticks, and you have lots of strength to hold your weight. If you use your sticks going downhill, your knees will really thank you.
Right. Well, I want these knees to last for another 20 years, so I'll use trekking poles.
There is something that is really important, is the way you put your feet going downhill. That gives you lots of stability, and the steepest it is, the more it helps. And I used to call it the Charlie Chaplin style. So basically you put your feet 10-10 and then going down, and always make sure that your heel is hitting the floor first, the ground first. And like this, you know if your step is strong straight ahead. If you go like tip first, it's really much more slippery. So to be ready and be really confident on those sections, it's interesting to practice the Charlie Chaplin hike. Okay? So let's go. Always heel first and open a little bit your tips. So Greg, something also that I really wanted to mention is breathing, right? Most of the time we are like, yes, I'm gonna go for the TMB, and we want it with our head, but we forget that we have to listen to our breath, because we won't go anywhere if we don't listen to it. So when we start the hike in the morning, it's important to start with that, to really connect with the breath, and then put your steps on it. Because if you go step really fast, you will get out of breath, and then you'll feel like, oh my god, I'm not ready, I'm out of breath, and all this, which in fact is just the wrong pace and the wrong adjustment starting in the morning. Have you experienced it?
Yes, and I have. Everybody has their own pace.
Exactly.
But if you can connect with that pace and hike so that you can carry on a conversation and not be just breathing so heavy.
And then you know about yourself, you know what you need, and then everything goes really well when we go on the trail.
Thanks so much for joining us here in the Alps and giving us these wonderful tips and instructions. So until next time, this is Greg Witt
and Chloe Georges
for Alpenwild. See you in the Alps.
See you.